Good morning, everybody. Gosh, I'm back. I'm sitting here cool, calm, and collected. I've had a couple of weeks of a bout with a really crazy case of the shingles. I haven't been here because I have been at home in a contagious mode, and so I couldn't get around people. But today I have been given the clear, you can go. And I'm here, and I'm so excited because I want to pay tribute to some people, and we're going to do that today. I want to honor some people, and we're going to do that today. I want to remember some people, and we're going to do that today. It was important for me to come in. I didn't want to have a guest because it's still a little bit of a sticky situation. Even though I'm not contagious, I still don't want to be around people that I'm not familiar with, so I've been pretty cautious. I can tell you now, right now, after having the shingles, you know, when you hear people say, oh, I've had the shingles, you have no idea. This stuff is rough, it is tough, it will whoop yourself to death. It is not any fun, it is miserable, it is, it really gets to you because it doesn't let up. It just keeps eating at you, and then it goes away. And I'm waiting for it to all go away, and then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a shingle shot, and you can bet your booty I'm getting a shingle shot. Because even though it's 90, I think it's like 98, 99% effective, I'll take that risk with it because I have now had a full-blown case of the most misery in the world. And I kind of described it as, I was in labor a long time with a little tiny baby. They had to use forceps. She was turned wrong. It was just a disaster. And I said, that was not a fun childbirth, but I came out with this beautiful blue-eyed baby. And then I was in labor with a 10-pounder that was like, oh Lord, my back is killing me. I can describe shingles as having two babies at one time with two miserable deliveries. The good thing about it, with the babies, you get this cute little baby to hold afterwards. With the shingles, all you get is pain and misery and suffering. So if you've had the shingles, if you're suffering with it, God bless you, because it is no fun, absolutely no fun. Okay, we've got some things going on in the community. Some things that aren't very happy, but we have some good news. Jen made it through her surgery. They got all of the cancer that they saw, and they examined her from one end to the other end. They went in and out and up and down. She is still going to have a PET scan and to make sure that there's nothing, no cancer anywhere else, and we're going to all put her on our prayer list and pray that there is no more cancer hiding anywhere. She had great doctors. She is still in recovery mode. I was kind of hoping that maybe she could sneak in here today, but she's not feeling like it yet. She was stapled from one end to the other, and I asked her yesterday, I said, do you look like a New Jersey road map? She said, pretty much so. So please pray for her in a continued recovery, and please pray that the PET scan says, nope, everything's gone, it's all clear, it's all great, it's gonna be a wonderful, she's just gonna, get over this. She has had a very rare cancer that I think 12,000 people a year are diagnosed with this type of cancer, which is very strange. Of course she would get something rare. Also, yesterday, one of the sweetest men in the world and a great leader, excuse me, a great leader in gospel music, Jimmy Pearson, went to be with the Lord. Jimmy Pearson was so much fun, and today we're going to pay tribute to him. We're going to do some Diplomats music. We're going to share a lot of memories of he and Miss Rita, precious people. They brought me back to really loving gospel music because Miss Rita did all the songs that I love from Vestal. So just a fine family, and to them, we are praying for Miss Rita and for Corey and for the rest of the group. We know that this is going to be tough. They have been doing music for 50 years. They have been married for that long, and I don't know how she's going to make it without him. It's going to be very tough, but so please pray for them. We're going to share their music with you. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard or known or seen, but I put it on my Facebook page. We have a very special man who works here at ETC who was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And many of you have seen Danny Hensley's face. He has been on the football fields. He has been in the schools. He has been here and there because he is the senior producer here at ETC. He has been here for many years. He is the reason that the studio is still up and running. And right now, he needs your prayers. And we are going to pray that this cancer has come up against a wall that it can never cross, and it can never win the battle. And we are going to pray Danny into remission, recovery, and it's got to start today, right now. So say prayers for Danny Hensley. Please put him on each and every prayer list, your church prayer list, anybody you know, worldwide, nationwide, we don't care where. We want him on every prayer list out there, because cancer can be cured, cancer can be conquered, and that is the goal here. So again, pray for Danny Hensley and his wonderful wife. It's so sad because, you know, it's a happy time, have a daughter graduating, and everything is great, and then you get this diagnosis. So please pray for him, and again, put him on your church prayer list, put him on your personal prayer list, and remember him in prayer daily, because that's what's going to get him through this, and that's what's going to change. Cancer's going to look back and say, oh, I didn't win that battle, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, I've learned some lessons in the last 8 weeks, some sad lessons and some heartbreaking lessons, but I have found that in America, in this vibrant, healthy, happy country, we have many, many seniors who do not have enough money to pay for housing, who do not have enough money to pay for food, who are in that waiting list to get on food stamps, who are in that waiting list for housing. And I've been dealing with a very special situation to help an elderly lady. And I found that during this time, the only thing keeping her going was her little pet. And trying to find a relocation for her to keep her from being homeless meant that I had to try to keep her pet with her. And I don't think anybody understands the relationship. If you don't have children, if your husband has passed, if you have, are alone, and this pet is the only comfort you have, you don't want to lose your pet. Even if you become homeless, even if you end up in a special situation. So God works in mysterious ways. After 283 tries and homes and calls and pleas, very limited budget, has very little, we're going to make this happen, I finally found an answer to prayers. But it taught me something about people. And I brought something I was going to share with y'all today, but I decided not to, because it was a little box with kind of the important things in my grandmother's life, which didn't amount to anything except pictures of us and her family. And I thought, not today, because it would probably make me very sad, because the lady that we're helping, once upon a time, had it all financially. She had it all as far as material things. But what she didn't have was the love and the help of a family. So this is my plea to you children, to you nieces, to you nephews, to anybody who knows that you're the last link to keeping an elderly person from being homeless. If you can take care of mom in the home, if you can be there to shop for her, if you can do the things, I think about, I would go to the grocery store for my grandmother. I would take her to the doctor. I would do these things. If I could have done more, I wish I had. There are so many elderly people who have nobody. And it's very sad. They outlive their children, they outlive their mate, and often they get themselves in a mess. And this lady that I've been helping, and I have a team of people who made this happen. And yesterday we were standing there and we're going through the last final things we have to do, and I thought that God really does. He put me with a lady from Peru, and then us with another lady who, they both speak Spanish, I don't. And it was so weird, and we made this come together, but we didn't do it. God did this plan. He had a perfect plan. I was ready to give up. I was ready to cry. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I'm like, what can we do? And so we had another friend who stepped in and kept her for about 8 days until we could get the home ready for her. Everything just came together. And I said, it really does take a group of people, but you can be that person that activates this help for an elderly person. There's somebody out there sitting here in Gilmer County, sitting here in Fannin County, sitting here in Pickens County, sitting in Cherokee County. There's an elderly person who has either been battered and abused or has been everything taken that they owned from often a loved one or a family member, often from somebody that they trusted, that is sitting there too ashamed and too, I guess, afraid to ask for help, and that's what happens to elderly people. So if you have a heart for taking care of elderly people, right now the state of Georgia needs more of the homes like I was fortunate enough to check into. Sadly, none of them allowed pets. But there are a lot of people who are doing a home with, they'll take 5 people in and they'll take care of those 5 people. But they don't have animals with them. And, you know, that's the connection with staying alive, feeling needed, feeling wanted. And we have seen that. And so I watched and I said, there is such a need. There's so many people who are retired, but you're still young enough to take on this responsibility. Check with the state of Georgia and maybe think about purchasing a home and turning that 3-bedroom into a 5-bedroom and converting it and making it a special needs home, because there are so many people out there who are one step away from becoming homeless. And we're not talking about drunks or drug addicts or people who've never tried or people who have gotten in sad situations. We're just talking about the elderly. And as I watched what was happening to her, some of it may have been her fault because she didn't see in the beginning, but when it comes down to the end of your life, nobody wants to see an elderly person homeless. Nobody wants to see an elderly person have everything they had stolen from them. Nobody wants to see somebody being put out on the street, the door closed for their last home, and there's no hope for them. So get involved. Just get involved. Maybe volunteer at a senior center. See if you can find out about the people that are attending there. See about if you can find out, do they have the food they need? Do they have the clothes they need? Are they not saying anything about being in a bad situation? Just ask a few questions and you'd be surprised how fast you'll find out that there is such a need to help our elderly. So I'm on a mission now. I'm going to have to find a way to keep her where she is, and I'm going to find a way. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And it's all financial. It's just financial. And I said, you know, if you have your health and we have her puppy with her, it's just financial. So we're going to work this out. But there are so many people out there who just at the end of their life don't have enough to get by, don't have enough to stay where they were, don't have enough to even put food on the table. And I can tell you, I've had some great experience with DFACS, and a big thank you to them for jumping in and helping me and answering my questions as fast as they did, because DFACS workers are overworked, they're underpaid, and often understaffed, so like so many businesses today. So think about it. If you have a little time, if you're retired, if you have the opportunity and you can help somebody else, reach out and do that, because I guarantee you it will be a blessing. It will be a much bigger blessing to you than it is to them, because many times they don't realize just how sad the situation is. But you can do it. Everybody, every single one of us can make a difference, and I think that that's what God put us here for. He didn't put us here just to be all about us. He put us here to take care of others, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of reaching out and doing that, and I see it in so many different people I know, and so many people have been helping, and it has been amazing to me. So to everybody who does help the elderly, thank you very, very much. Okay, we're going to do a commercial break and a Veterans Tribute. This Memorial Day weekend. This is the weekend that we remember those who gave all. They gave it all. They died for us and for my freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom to talk about what we want to talk about, freedom to carry a gun, freedom to live under the Constitution of the United States. We have freedoms because somebody gave it all. So today I want to share a tribute of some photos of some local guys, Noah Harris, David Collins, and you know, it blows my mind at how many people remember those yellow ribbons on Highway 515. There were 27 miles of yellow ribbons that honored a fallen local soldier. And yesterday, I really wanted Lucy to be here with me today, but couldn't make that happen. And I said, you know, nobody will ever forget the day that we got the word that Gilmer County's favorite son had gone to be with the Lord because he gave it all on a battlefield. So here we go to a Veterans Tribute in our commercial.
Whether it's memories of your first trip to the local Dairy Queen or your daily visit for a $5 lunch special, the Jasper Dairy Queen has been a part of the community for over 40 years. Locally owned and operated, Jasper DQ is the place where specialty items often become favorites. Burgers, shakes, chicken tenders with yummy dip and gravy, and don't forget the rings and fries. Celebration cakes are always fresh and fast and include the awesome Blizzard cake. Stop by where folks are always meeting and eating. 515 at Highway 53. Just follow the crowd to the Dairy Queen.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
ATC knows the internet is evolving, taking new twists and turns. As we add our input, make our choices, and follow the light that connects us all. It's quite a journey, one to experience with the fastest speeds available. Contact ATC. Connect to the internet speed that suits your journey, and enjoy the ride.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
Up from a dream when I heard a voice calling out, we can do better in America. We've forgotten who we are, and we're gonna lose our country if we don't fix what's wrong in America. Big shot CEOs have moved their jobs to other countries. Gas prices are killing us in America. But we still love our promised land, and we're gonna keep believing that we can do better in America. 'Cause we are Americans. When we're down, we must rise. We must come back to greatness, honor truth instead of lies. If we wanna lead the world again, we've got to lead ourselves, and we've just got to do better in America. If life is for living, why not peace instead of war? A house out of order doesn't work right anymore. An eye for an eye just leaves everybody blind. We can do better in America and better for mankind. This is America. This is no time for apathy. It's time to face reality. Who's looking out for us in America? Our food isn't safe. Our money is being wasted. Shouldn't Americans come first in America? We've got people homeless in this place we call home. Nobody should go hungry in America. No one should be sick if we know how to make them well. We're better than that, and we can do better in America. 'Cause we are Americans. When we're down, we must rise. We must come back to greatness, honor truth instead of lies. If we want to lead the world again, we've got to lead ourselves. We need each other more than ever in America. This is America, land we call our own. The spirit of our people is what makes it feel like home. Let's all stand together, speak with one heart, one mind. We can do better in America and better for mankind. When we're down, we must rise. We must all come to greatness. Honor truth instead of lies. If we want to lead the world again, we've got to lead ourselves. We need each other more than ever in America. This is America, land we call our own. The spirit of our people is what makes it feel like home. Let's all stand together, speak with one heart, one mind. We can do better in America and better for mankind.
His name is Wonderful, Marvelous. He's the Son of the Great I Am. He is a Doctor, Potter, Shepherd of the Lamb. He's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords and the Master of the Sea. But the best thing of all, my friend, he still takes time for me. Peter was on the boat one day. He didn't know what to do. Oh, the winds got high and the waves got rough. They thought that they were through. Then a man on the boat, he awoke and spoke with a mighty will. He stretched his hands toward the sea and said, "Peace, be still." His name is Wonderful, Marvelous. He's the Son of the Great I Am. He is the Doctor, Potter, Shepherd of the Lamb. He's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords and the Master of the Sea. But the best thing of all, my friend, he still takes time for me. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego refused to kneel one day. Oh, in the fiery furnace they go as they began to pray. The king was happy and the people shouted for the deeds he had done. But when he looked down, he had a frown. There were more of them walking around. His name is Wonderful, Marvelous. He's the Son of the Great I Am. Doctor, Potter, Shepherd of the Land. He's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and the Master of the Sea. But the best thing of all, my friend, he still takes time for me.
Dear Uncle Sam, I know you're a busy man, and tonight I write to you through tears with a trembling hand. My darling answered when he got that call from you. You said you really need him, but you don't need him like I do. Don't misunderstand. I know he's fighting for our land. I really love my country, but I also love my man. He proudly wears the colors of the old red, white, and blue, while I wear a heartache since he left me for you. Dear Uncle Sam, I just got your telegram, and I can't believe that this is me, shaken like I am. For it said, "I'm sorry to inform you
I believe that the Christ who died that day on Calvary's mountain is living today and intercedes in heaven above. I believe that he opened up that day a healing fountain where the wounded and weary soul find rest in his wonderful love. I believe that he died for me and you. I believe that his love will carry me through. And he walks with me, along the way. I believe that he rose up from the grave. I believe that he still has power to save. And he's coming back. Hallelujah, some wonderful day. Ever true, a firm foundation. Though others may doubt his holy word, I know that it's true. I'm depending upon his precious blood for full salvation. Oh, and praise his dear name, I know there's nothing else I can do. I believe that he died for me and you. I believe that his love will carry me through. And he walks with me, along the way. Oh, I believe that he rose up from the grave. I believe that he still has power to save. And he's coming back. Hallelujah, some wonderful day. Oh, I believe that he died for me and you. I believe that his love will carry me through. And he walks with me, along the way. I believe that he rose up from the grave. I believe that he still has power to save. And he's coming back. Hallelujah, some wonderful day.
Wow, I love that tribute. Donovan Jones did that for me years and years ago. Those pictures are of your family, your loved ones, people that meant a lot to us. And last night as I was thinking about Memorial Day, I was thinking about a young man. His name was John Delbert Swan. His family were missionaries to Africa. They did not want him to go to war. He was drafted, sadly, to Vietnam, and he lost his life. And what a special, special young man. He left behind a beautiful daughter, Terry Lena Swan, and I've always wondered what happened to that precious little 2-year-old. Very, very sad time because Vietnam took a lot of lives. Vietnam left a lot of casualties, and just like the war that we have been dealing with for many, many years, we're going to show you a tribute now of a couple of local guys. Everybody knows the Harris family. Everybody knows and loved Noah Harris. Everybody knows the Collins family down in Jasper, and you know David Collins. So here are just a few photos of them. Just please remember, Memorial Day is for honoring those who gave it all. These young men gave it all. They gave it all. They gave their life. They did that to protect you and I and our freedoms. They gave us the opportunity to salute this flag, to stand and salute this flag, to honor this flag. And anybody who doesn't honor this flag, you talk about getting me fighting mad, cussing mad, screaming mad, I can get there in a heartbeat. I can go from sweetness to witch in just about 1 second, real quick. And there's David Samuel Collins. I remember the moment of his death. I remember the moment of bringing his body home. We once again use the yellow ribbons that we used to pay tribute for Noah Harris. We used them for David Collins, and we used them for Justin up in McKaysville. I mean, it's crazy how many lives were lost and in these small towns. It makes a big difference because everybody knows everybody. And remember that this is why you're going to be grilling hamburgers, hot dogs, you're going to be having a great time. But remember, Memorial Day is about those who gave it all, and many gave it all. I think that's a very cool tribute right there, because that just shows it's not just one war, 2 wars, it is all wars. And please remember these faces, remember these families, and say a prayer for them. Now, we're going to share a tribute to the Diplomats. Jimmy Pearson was one of the funniest guys. He's just a great guy. His precious wife, Rita, is left behind, his son, Corey, and his beautiful granddaughter, Audrey. And Audrey was actually born on a night that we had the Diplomats booked to be in Jasper. And we were doing a fundraiser and a fundraiser. And little Miss Audrey, they were in labor with her, and that ended that story. So we had to do a little changeroo and a little something here and a little something there, but it worked out. You know, when you look at gospel music, you think about the things that it's gotten you through. You think about the words to a song. You think about the inspiration that you feel from that music. And I think that's why I go to gospel music. When I'm having a really bad day, I go to gospel music. And when I look at families that have taught me so much about loving gospel music, the Diplomats, the Pearson family, has to be one of my top. Those are the ones that I remember the songs, I remember the message, I remember the kind heart of this group. So today we're going to pay tribute to them. The Diplomats came to Jasper when we did a fundraiser for Hans Ruffert, and we were raising money, we were raising awareness. That was when he was diagnosed with his cancer. He is 15 years clean and 15 years of living his life to the fullest, and that's what it's about. It's about supporting each other. And today when we were asking prayers for all the people that have things that they're going through, when I mentioned Danny Hensley, Danny was here the day that Hans was diagnosed. And you think about that, it's 15 years later, roll forward, and Hans is still here. So we hope 15 years later we're going to say, well, Danny's still here. So please say a prayer for him. Please say a prayer for everybody who's out there battling. But sit down now, and I want you to just listen. We're going to pay tribute to the Pearson family, to the Diplomats, to those who love Jimmy and Rita. What a great group. They've been together over 50 years and been making wonderful music for so many people in so many places. I can remember when I first started going down to hear them, I would drive down to their home church at Fullerville Baptist Church, and I'd always get lost. Even with GPS, I'd always get lost. It is the simplest church in the world to find, but I would always take that wrong turn, and they'd get tickled because I'd get there late. And I'd say, I've been trying to find the church. They said, we know you missed the turn again. Yes, I did. But I want you to sit back now and just enjoy a little bit of good gospel music. I hope that it will touch your heart, and I hope that it will lift your spirits. So sit back and enjoy.
See
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Don't it feel good when the Lord passes by? I look back and 99% of you have smiled and a lot of you just look like you drunk a jar of dill pickle juice. I think God's people ought to be the happiest people in the world. Amen. Didn't the Barker family do good? Give them, Barker brothers. Angel Spirit, give them another great big hand. Archie, give Archie a great big hand. Now I want you to look at the person right next to you and say, honey, tonight I'm going to have a good time or you do or not. Go ahead and tell them right now. Then I want you to put your hands together. Come on. Right there, yeah. I believe it the Christ who died that day on Calvary's mountain. He's living today and intercedes in heaven above. I believe that he opened up that day a healing fountain, where the wounded and weary soul find rest in his wonderful love. I believe that he died for me and you. I believe that his love will carry me through. And he walks with me along the way. I believe that he rose up from the grave. I believe that he still has power to save. And he's coming back. Hallelujah, some wonderful day. Now if you believe that he's soon to come back, would you wave at me just like this? Amen. Now put your hands together, church. I believe that his word is ever true, a firm foundation. Though others may doubt his holy word, I know it's true. I'm dependent upon his precious blood for full salvation. Oh, and praise his dear name. I know there's nothing else I can do. Well, I believe that he died for me and you. I believe that his love will carry me through. And he walks with me along the way. Well, I believe that he rose up from the grave. I believe that he still has power to save. And he's coming back. Hallelujah, some wonderful day. Well, I believe that he died for me and you. I believe that his love will carry me through. And he walks with me along the way. Well, I believe that he rose up from the grave. I believe that he still has power to save. And he's coming back. Hallelujah, some wonderful day.
Troublesome times are here, filling men's heart with fear. Freedom we all hold dear, now is at stake. Humbling your heart to God, saves from the chastening rod. Seek the way pilgrims trod, Christians away. Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet there too. Drums will surely sound, all of the dead shall rise. Righteous meet in the sky. Promise we'll soon meet more, happy forevermore. When we meet on that shore, free from all care, rising up in the sky, telling this world goodbye. Oh, when we then shall fly, glory to share. Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom. Drums will surely sound, all of the dead shall rise, righteously in the sky. We're going where no one died, heavenward
Oh, Vickie. Praise the Lord. I can tell you folks like bass singers out there. I can, and he went, and everybody looked over there and paid no attention to us. I seen that. I know you worked hard, but it didn't do a bit of good. Would you like to hear a bass song out of that gentleman over there? I tell you what I'm gonna do.
I'm just humble enough to do it, Jimmy.
I'm gonna feature him on an old bass song. If you like the way Joseph does it, you let him know about it. Now, if you don't, you just sit there and stare at it like an old mule looking at a wooden gate. Would you do that? Joseph comes from a little community called Booger Holler. And they're set back, Booger Holler is set back in the Andy Griffiths days.
Yeah.
Had their Aunt Bees.
Yeah.
They had their Floyd's Barbershop. That's where we found old Goober and Gomer at right there. Go with it, Mark.
I've got to walk that lonesome road. I've got to walk that lonesome road. I've got to hold my Savior's hand. I've got to walk that lonesome road.
Go with me.
He'll go with me
Through the valley,
and o'er the mountains.
if I stumble,
If I stumble,
if I falter,
the Lord will be my guide.
I've got to walk that lonesome road. I've got to walk that lonesome road.
go with me.
Go with me
Through the valley,
and o'er the mountains.
if I stumble,
If I stumble,
if I falter,
the Lord will be my guide.
I've got to walk that lonesome road. I've got to walk. that lonesome road.
Wow, what a wonderful way to pay tribute to Jim Pearson. He was the head honcho of the Diplomats. He was a fine, fine man. He was funny, he was kind, he was loving, and his family and many, many friends will be saying goodbye to him. He has gone on to be with the Lord, and I guarantee you the Lord said, oh my goodness, I'm glad you're here. We need an amazing man to start a new gospel group. So I'm so thankful that Jim Pearson was a part of our life. He truly was one of the best in gospel music. He loved singing, writing, he loved sharing a message, and more than that, he loved people, and people loved him too. They had been together a long, long time, and to Miss Rita and to Corey, we love you so much. Now we're going to do one more little thing with the Diplomats, and this was done up at Town and Country in Blue Ridge. We had so much fun that day. Danny Hensley was there, the ETC crew was there. We were doing a Heart of the Home, but we brought my morning crew with us, and we had so much fun, and the Diplomats were a big part of that fun. The Diplomats had a little bit of a blooper because Joe could not keep it together doing a certain song. So we're going to share this with you, and then we're going to come back. We're going to end today's program with a very, very special song, and it is How Great Thou Art. And it was... this was something that Vickie did for her mother many, many years ago. It was a Mother's Day gift, and I happened to be lucky enough to have this on CD, thank goodness, and I can share it with you. And it is one of those songs, how else would we end today? We're talking Memorial Day. We're talking about those who lost their life. We're talking about those that are battling and beating cancer. We're talking about the homeless elderly of the world. And we have to remember that through all of this and everything we've gone through, He is the reason we're going to make it through. And I picked up this book that Dawn gave me, and I looked down, and this just blew my mind of all the things for it to say today. God calls us not to destroy the weakest, but to care for widows and orphans and the poor, and most of all, those who need Him. And that could be so many people who need Him. And so again, God calls us not to destroy the weakest, but to care for widows and orphans and the poor, and most of all, those who need Him. So please remember that over this Memorial Day weekend. Okay, have we got the Diplomats blooper yet? It's just the last little bit of the show. We getting there? And remember the Diplomats in prayer, remember Danny Hensley in prayer, and remember to pray for Jen, because everybody's facing a little something, and that's what life is about. Sometimes you get something thrown at you that's a little tougher than you thought, and you have a hard time dealing with it, and other times you're like, this shingles, it was just a hiccup, kept me out of work a couple of weeks, but I'm back, and I'm gonna get through this, and I hope by the time I come back next week, this stuff is gone, G-O-N-E, gone, because I am so ready for it to be gone. So here we go. We got it rocking and rolling, and we're going to go back to Blue Ridge to Town and Country Furniture. This is a day that we paid tribute to Hans Rufert, and Jen read a resolution from the state of Georgia, and we're going to share that with you. We got it?
As the world looks upon me as I struggle along, and they say I have nothing, but they are so wrong. In my heart I'm rejoicing, how I wish they could see. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. There's a roof up above me, I've a good place to sleep. There's food on my table and shoes on my feet. You gave me your love, Lord, and a fine family. Thank
Okay, Heart of the Home. What a joy to be able to share this with y'all. And I gotta tell you, Heart of the Home is now on ETC several times a week, so be sure and check the schedule. And again, Tim, tell me, it's on Monday, what time? Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning at 11 a.m. I think Wednesday evening it's on at 7 o'clock. Monday is it on about 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. But check, and is it on Sunday too? It's just on all the time, so check Heart of the Home, because Tim is going through and he is doing a little bit of editing, and we're putting Heart of the Home out there for y'all, so enjoy that. Got a sweet message last night that somebody saw it and loved it and said it's just not long enough because Heart of the Home was only 30 minutes, so just remember that it is on. Okay, today we're going to end the program with some music, and this is Miss Vickie, and this is the first song on her CD. And I think it is a very appropriate song for us to end with. So we're just going to put a beautiful photo up for y'all to watch and to hear this music. And then I'll be saying goodbye right now, because this is Memorial Day weekend. This is a time to remember to pay tribute and to love each other and to remember all of those fallen. Go to a military cemetery and pray. Pray for those who are still in battle. Pray for those who have lost their lives. Pray for those who are coming home with all kinds of medical issues, and pray for our nation. Here we go, the greatest song ever to end this day, How Great Thou Art.
When I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And when I think of God, his Son not sparing, sent him to die, I scarce can take it in, that